changing it up here. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed in there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. And the Raptors with some changes. Here's Jokic. And the Raptors miss again.
Fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor. Well, he certainly hit some turbulence here, trying to get it cranked back up.
From 18 feet away, rebounded by Jackson. Miller, right side. Jackson, that's good.
And they repeatedly broke inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Raptors lead by 18. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Raptors leading by 18. Jokic draws the double. Left side, Porter. Back to Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
When Jokic is rolling like this, it's a beautiful thing to watch, and there's not a lot the defense can do. The Joker, as a matchup, is a nightmare.
Now, here's Jokic. Scottie Pippen unable to get his shot to go. Siakam on the foul.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
And, Greg, what stands out most about Donovan Mitchell's game?
I think it's his consistency. He's a fearsome scorer pretty much since he set foot in the league. And with his pull-up game, he can get his shot off against anyone.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And, guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Now here's Levine. He's got 22. And the call will be against Scottie Pippen. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Here's Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
And Joker doesn't get up too often, but when he slams it down, it feels like he's trying to bring the basket with him.
Arenas can't hit. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Now Arenas following the miss by Michael Porter from deep. Oh, and the jam by Arenas.
That's something Arenas does really well, finding angles and avenues on his way to the rack.
Here's Jokic. Falls back and drains the fadeaway jumper. Jokic has got 6 points in the quarter.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thank you, guys. Donovan Mitchell can put up points, but he's sacrificing some of that to get his teammates going. He said, quote, "For me, it's about balancing, picking my spots, picking my games, empowering everybody. But sometimes I've got to go do what I'm paid to do." Back to you.
He can heat up in a hurry, that's for sure. Thanks so much, Allie, for the report. Now, here's Jokic. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Here's Arenas. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
Just cooking the D inside. Arenas blows by the contact.
Levine for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Levine's got 25 points.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, he's stacking up threes the way he is. I mean, he's doing all this work from behind the arc.
Checking in for Orlando, J.D. Jamal Murray.
To the left side wing. Drummond a screen for 3. Murray.
And even without that 3 ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Boy, the long arms of Siakam really an asset when it comes to rebound.
Left side Miller. And he banks in the layup. Miller's got his second basket of the night.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. The Magic making a switch here. Raptors leading by 21. Levine with it. And Jaquez picks him up defensively. Levine can't hit.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage. That's important.
And he commits the intentional foul. Clark, you're so familiar with the college game. What's the biggest adjustment for guys coming into the pros?
I think the strength of the NBA players, Kevin, and the pace of play, and then also the number of games. I mean, that's just a lot more than what you see in college, and how you go about preparing for that type of schedule, that type of physical talent, that type of physical wear and tear is something that no college player is usually ready to handle until he goes through it.
2 minutes remaining.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
You know, the only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to out-shoot out this team.
Here's Ike following the bucket by Orlando. The drive by Barnes. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
Fantastic as an athlete is Barnes, and he attacks the rim off the drive. Man, I love the way he goes with force.
Ivy, no one around him. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
They get it back. Drummond. He can't get that one to fall. Over in the corner, Reddish. Raptors moving the ball around. Dadier's shot is off. And here is Murray. He has 7. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And the layup is up and in. Murray's got 9 points.
Nice job from Murray to get to the hoop and have the composure to finish the drive.
Out left to the wing. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. The Raptors have looked good at the line. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
Not a strong suit for this group, just around 71%.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
The first thing people mention about Ivey is that explosiveness. The first step allows him to get downhill and really makes him effective in those ISO situations.
Hits the three-point bomb.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second three of the game.
And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
3 points.
Ivey's got two now from beyond the arc in the third for Toronto.
I'll tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
And so it's Toronto, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Outside Arenas. Screen by Allen. Here's Murray. Good for his sixth make and a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
On the wing, Barnes. Back to Ivey. Officiating is always a hot topic among fans, Greg. That's never going to go away. And some people think the game is called too closely now.
Careful, Kevin. Well, we don't need any fines over here. Fans are bound to get frustrated with certain calls, but overall, I think our officials do a great job, and the game is about as fair as it can be.
And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Look at the turnover situation, guys, and it's not been that bad. Just a handful, and when you take care of the ball like that, that can help you build a lead.
Orlando with the ball. Pass to Hartenstein. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
Goodness, the tomahawk one-hand slam.
Shows you how much strength he has.
And we're not talking about soft D. There was a lot of resistance there.
Fast break. Here come the Magic. Here's Grimes. Offensive rebound. Another shot. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Second personal.
That one on Smart.
First team.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And the second free throw, good. Toronto leading by 19. Kick out to Levine. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Levine's got 28.
And the D has gotten a little bit lax here defending the triple. They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Porter in the corner. This one for three. It's hauled in by the Magic.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And it's sent back by Jokic.
Hey, give Jokic credit. He's worked hard on his body and his defensive game.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Pass to Hartenstein. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Well, you know what? Their wounds are self-inflicted. I mean, you've got to play much smarter than that.
It's deflected. Even for three. It's hauled in by Jokic.
He managed to knock down one triple in the first half, but nothing since then.
Got that one up quick.
You know, I think this is a shot Porter Jr. has to continue to knock down because, after all, he's out there to stretch the floor, so he's got to cash in from there.
Here's Pippen, and it's Pippen with the jam.
Huge size disadvantage for the defense. You might as well just get out of the way when that's the case.
Here's Jokic. Miller grabs the miss. The Magic trailed by 20. Look out!
Boy, that's major force and ferocity by Scottie Pippen on that slam. No messing around with that one.
Outside, Smart. Pippen with it. Now defended by Levine. From about 19 feet. And it comes off the front of the rim. Toronto leading by 18. Outside, Porter. Here's Jokic. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jokic has got 27 points.
Using his size on the interior, Jokic extremely difficult to stop down there.
Count it.
Well, he's leading the way, trying to get everybody else going now.
And so Levine will bring it up now for the Raptors. And the Raptors tack on 2 more.
Well, his scoring has helped them build and sustain this lead. Now he's trying to close it out.
Good!
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Arenas can't hit. Raptors leading by 20. In the corner, Smart with it. Toronto working the ball around now. Porter, no luck. And it's out of bounds to the Magic as Orlando will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Out the basket.
Yeah, it's good to see Miller making a strength play like that, not backing down in the face of some rugged defense.
Jokic with it, picked up by Hartenstein. Here's Porter. Jokic inside. 6 to shoot. The 13-footer. Rebounded by Allen inside. The Magic trailed by 18. Now Hartenstein. Allen outside. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Hey, Clark, we know resistance training is something pretty much every player does. Is that prevalent back in the 80s when you played?
That's 4 decades ago, Kevin, and it wasn't as prevalent as it is now. I mean, it's commonplace, and kids get exposed to the benefits of weight training and strength training for any sport, but particularly basketball, at a much earlier age now. So it's part of who they are once they get to the college level and then on to the NBA. But the core strengthening, the stability work of that area between your knees and your sternum, the middle of your chest, boy, that type of work has made a huge difference and would have made a great difference, I think, in my career had it been as prevalent as it is now.
He's off on the first. He hits the second from the line.
A disappointing trip to the line there. Even though it was just one miss, now is not the time to be missing those. Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for Toronto.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And with a solid strategy, building on that first win in the season series, they rack up another W to make it 2-0 with just one left this year against Orlando.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jokic.
He did it all tonight and had a triple-double to show for it. Leading by example, he was tremendous.
And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin.